Are we filming? Yes, we are. So, I haven't actually done a review of the Studio Wren, but I need to change inks. So I have been using Noodler's Heart of Darkness, and I'm changing it to the Noodler's Anti-Feather. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that right now. So let's just take some precautions first of all. Let me open this out completely. There we go. Don't want any mishaps. Now this is the first time I've done this. But what I did earlier today is, can I get this out without using tweezers? Okay. What I did earlier today is I rinsed this cotton wadding under a running tap. We want replacement tips for the Wren. I'm just going to change the tip just in case there's an element of contamination still left in this tip, but it's probably not necessary. But since I had some spares, I thought I would just take advantage of that. These replacement tips and also these cotton wadding reservoirs are very cheap. So if you buy one of these pens, it's definitely worth just at the same time, because of the postage. Postage isn't going to cost you anything extra. Just for peace of mind, get some spares. But as you can see, we've got the body of the pen, and then what happens is the front parts, I don't know what it's called, the nib holder I suppose, screws onto the front, but in between that and that you have the clamp which holds the tip, if you like. I don't know whether this is made of nylon or whatever it is, but it holds it under tension. So we're going to kind of reassemble it. So let's put the tip in. And the Wren tips are different to the Lumos tips because this is essentially a writing tip rather than a drawing tip. The Lumos, when you get it, it comes with a whole stack of different tips. Whoops, sorry, we haven't put the reservoir in. So we're going to put the reservoir in. So the whole thing, you can see it pushing out slightly. So let's push it back in. And then the whole thing goes in here and screws up. But we need to fill the reservoir through capillary attraction, and this is what I like about these, because with a typical fountain pen, it's a bit of a faff, as we say in the UK, where the ink gets to a certain level in the bottle and then you have to decant into another bottle in order to fill your pen. It's very hard to use, it's impossible to use the very last drop. But with this kind of pen, which fills through capillary attraction, you can just put it in the very last drop in the bottle and it will suck it up and you can use it. So let's just, I'm just going to give the bottle a gentle shake, because this has been sitting in a drawer upright for a few months now. And I haven't actually used this in anger since I lived in England, so hopefully the ink is going to be fine. So here we go. Ideally I need to pop those bubbles, but they're gonna go, aren't they? So I'm going to put this at an angle so you can see. Right, it is inside the ink. And I'm just waiting for it to be absorbed. Is it going up? It's tricky to see. I washed this under a tap and it went a sort of grey silver colour. So what I'm hoping is that the ink is going to be absorbed. So that didn't work, did it? And the reason was because this cotton wadding reservoir hadn't dried out. I rinsed it out, but didn't leave it to dry. So I've left this, and I've moved you 4 days into the future here, and I think this is now completely dry. I've dried it naturally. So we're going to do the same thing again, and I've made sure that the water in each of these components has completely disappeared. So we're going to reassemble it, and in order to do that we'll just put this, it's almost like a chuck key that goes in like so, and then the tip goes, whoops, the other way. Okay, so it's through the chuck key. And then we put the cotton wadding in as well. And so what we're going to do, I've shaken this. We're going to use this Noodler's Anti-Feather, which is a really nice blue. And we're just going to see whether, let's pop the, let's just see if this now works through capillary attraction. So, is it rising? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, I'm just going to leave it until, we're just going to have it soaking up the ink until the colour of the tip here changes. Can we make that? No, we can't. I'm too close to the too close to the camera. But I'm just seeing if that will soak up. Just waiting and waiting and waiting. And I don't know whether you can see that. Hopefully you can see that. Let me just take this out so you can. So can you see that? It's taken a bit of time, but the tip has now got the blue ink. So it's gone all the way through. So I'm just going to screw it together. And this is a bit messy, but you don't have to do it very often. So as you screw this in, so it forces everything together, and the clutch holds the nib or the tip from coming out. So that should be absolutely fine. Let me put the top on, because that is a bit of a worry. I've also got another one here, and you'll notice blue and black and blue. What I decided to do was have black ink in one and blue ink in the other. So I thought I will just order another one like this with blue and black to exchange with the black and blue. So if we just do this and this, so this now becomes the, oh, actually we need to change it again, don't we? Anyway, I've done it wrong, haven't I? Because I should have had the black ink in this. So I will just, next time I change the ink, I'll do what's necessary. Is this blue? Yes, it's blue all the way. So what I really need to do is put the innards from there into there, but my mistake. But the proof of the eating, as it were, is does this work now? Let's just get some paper and see. Right. Do you know what? I really like that. I mean, blue is blue. There's not much difference between various blues on the paper, but I do like that. And it's permanent. It's one of the inks, one of the Noodler's inks that's described as bulletproof. So it reacts chemically to the paper. So, you know, in flooding or, you know, damp, if you had a fire and the water was used to put out the fire and everything was soaked, this would still be readable. So that is my my premise, as it were, for these Noodler's bulletproof inks. So yeah, I mean, it writes really, really nice, and I'm going to these writing tips are fantastic. I'm not paid to say this, but I am obviously a fan of these Tom Studio Wrens here. And the one big thing I really like is the fact that although I'm a fan of these, which are the Pilot G2s in 1mm width. I get through a lot of these, and there's a lot of plastic involved, a lot of plastic wastage. So I am tempted to use more of these Tom Studio Wrens, because the tip is actually a really, really nice writing tip. Probably not so good for those that have traditionally used a fountain pen, but for people like me who use capitals and basically print, this is smooth. It's nice, and the advantage is that, you know, even at the very, very bottom of the bottle, you can still absorb the ink. So this will probably last me a very, very, very long time, and probably save me a bit of money, because these Pilot G2s are quite expensive, a couple of £1 each. So because I have been using 100 a year, so that's like £200 a year, you know, which is a lot of money. Whereas this setup could be £10 a year. You know, it's a big difference. So I quite like the idea of this kind of tip. But anyway, we resolved the issue. We resolved the issue of how to get the how to get the capillary action working again. The secret is to dry it. But I do have some spare reservoirs just in case. This is the thing. If you want to change colours, so you rinse out the ink under a tap, that's absolutely fine. But you have to leave it for quite some time until they're bone dry before they work again. So my advice would be to just get a spare pack of these cotton wadding reservoirs, and then you can change colour immediately. Might be worth getting some extra tips as well, replacement tips, so you can do the whole thing and then you can let everything else dry at your leisure. But anyway, I've said enough now. Thanks very much for watching. Until my next video, goodbye.